Caught from behind, pickup of about a yard.
Yeah, I could give him a yard maybe.
It looked like Patrick Ocampo with a great behind-the-back tackle there of Medina.
It should be noted, wearing number 24 today for Cumberland is Ryan Snodgrass, who leads the team 98 tackles, and condolences to Ryan Snodgrass, who lost his grandfather just about a week or two ago. He is wearing number 24. When Brendan has a chance later on, we'll tell the story about the significance behind wearing number 24 for Cumberland. It's a great story. And they didn't announce it until just before game time who was wearing it. So we got third down and long here for Woonsocket. They need to get to the 33-yard line. So about 3rd and 8, 3rd and 7. Cumberland jumps, but they get back onside. Munger back to pass. And is still up, kind of trips himself a bit, kind of maybe slipped in the conditions, gets to the 27-yard line. So it's going to be fourth and long here, punting situation here for Woonsocket.
Yeah, he's really lucky just to get something out of that play, right?
Yeah, because he kind of tripped and looked like, I don't know if it was a broken play or just couldn't get anything going, couldn't get any traction going, but it's going to be fourth and long. Looks like Wilcox back to punt again. 2 receivers for Cumberland. Previously, they were at the 50. Both receivers now standing about their own 43-yard line. There's the snap. Wilcox has time. Wilcox kind of hits it off to the left side, goes out of bounds. Cumberland's going to take over in great field position here in Woonsocket territory.
Yeah, I can't speak for Pat's golf game, but that certainly looked like one of my slices right there. But it speaks to how difficult it is to punt this one. And, I think we've talked about a few times this year, Kevin, about the importance of rugby-style kicking that ball when there's weather conditions to see if you can get some yardage out of it. You might not get a lot of height off the ground, but given the wind seems like it's picked up a little bit, and we just saw how it can wreak havoc on punts like the one Wilcox just got off.
Yeah, Cumberland will be taking over 1st and 10 from the Woonsocket 41-yard line. So a short punt for Woonsocket there. Cumberland now lines up. Evan Spencer at quarterback. Single wide out to the left. It's like maybe trips to the right. One running back standing right next to Spencer. Shotgun formation. He's going to call his own numbers, trying to go right up the middle. He's got a small hole down across the 35 to the 34, maybe 33-yard line. Not enough for a first down, but a good, impressive run for Evan Spencer on first down.
Yeah, just followed his blockers right up the middle and got a nice little push.
Cumberland ball, 2nd and 3.
Setting up one of my favorite plays where I think the playbook is just so wide open. 2nd and short. 3 yards to go. The whole playbook is open. You got to figure most high school teams have it in their playbook where we can get 1, 2, or 3 yards almost at any time we want. So the whole playbook is now open.
Let's make some noise for your Novus defense.
Do you go conservative? Do you go for the gusto? And single wide out to the right, twins to the left.
8 in the box for Woonsocket.
Expecting Spencer to possibly run with it. And he does run with it. And he's got enough for a first. Down to 30. Brought down at the 23-yard line. Looked like catch a number there.
8.
What number?
8 for
Number 8 for Woonsocket.
Number 8, correct.
Henry Lewis, a senior.
Well, once again, key block there by Ryan Snodgrass to spring Spencer there for a very good run there on 2nd down.
So 2 solid runs by Spencer, which started at the Woonsocket 41, is now down to the Woonsocket 21-yard line. 1st and 10. 7:35 to go in the second quarter. Cumberland leading 7-0. No scoring in the first quarter. Cumberland takes the first play of the second quarter, a punt return by Martin Kelly for a score point after attempt was good. 7-0 Cumberland. 1st and 10 for Cumberland. Wearing their royal blues. Spencer looking to go left, looking for a blocker. And does not get the blocking that he needs. And Wilcox, probably more to Wilcox's credit than the detriment of the Cumberland blocker.
Yeah, it looked like Spencer was trying to bounce one more time to the outside there, but Wilcox did a great job sealing that edge and resulting in a short gain there for the Cumberland quarterback.
Yeah, great job by the Woonsocket line of stretching that out to the far sidelines there, not letting Evan Spencer get to that edge.
Once you see it so much of high school football, too. Once they get to that outside, if they can make that turn, they're gone. They're sprung to pay dirt, if you will. 2nd and we'll say 8 for Cumberland from the 20-yard line, just inside the 20. Spencer in shotgun formation again. This time is a handoff. Is that to Kelly?
Kelly again.
Kelly again, down to the 10, to the 5. He turns upfield, and he is in for a touchdown.
Touchdown.
Martin Kelly with the second touchdown on the day, this time on the ground. 21-yard touchdown run for Kelly, increasing the lead to 13-0. And we don't hand out an MVP award, but there's early candidates for Martin Kelly.
Absolutely. Just the speed and acceleration. He was almost moving like very gracefully, like a ballerina, bouncing to the outside there, going in, standing up. And, it's been the Martin Kelly show so far in the second quarter for Cumberland.
We didn't get any information on Troiani being injured, right?
No, he actually ran the ball first play of the game.
First play of the game. He hasn't come back since, so Martin Kelly taking advantage of this situation here, right? And
that's what you have to do in all sports. You get an opportunity, you take advantage. DeRoy on for the extra point. The kick is good
Extra point is
for
good.
Zach DeRoy. So 14-0. When we come back, there's 6:19 to go in the second quarter. You'll listen to Thanksgiving football on WOON, AM and FM.
The latest Buick and GMC models are available at Tasker Buick GMC in Woonsocket. Buick Encore, Envision, Enclave, and Envista are on the lot waiting for you to take one for a test drive. New GMC crossovers, SUVs, as well as trucks and vans are also available. Thinking of a pre-owned vehicle? Tasker Buick GMC has more than 900 in stock, many under $15,000. Visit online, TaskerBuickGMC.com, or stop into 55 Fortin Drive, Woonsocket. Tasker Buick GMC, you will be satisfied.
And welcome back to Barry Field. We're just getting ready for the kickoff from Cumberland to Woonsocket after the 21-yard Martin Kelly run, giving Cumberland a 14-0 lead. Cumberland trying to avenge last year's 22-15 loss. Cumberland leading the all-time series, 36-19. What I like to call the second longest Rhode Island continuous Thanksgiving series. We can get into that a little bit later as well. Ball caught at the 20, to the 25, to the 30, trying to go to the left sideline. Run out of bounds at about the 37-yard line. Nice return for Woonsocket. Woonsocket will have decent field position to start their next drive. Had some good momentum when he caught that kickoff. Socket own 37-yard line.
Number 2, Joe Greenless on the return.
Greenless, one of the main players for Woonsocket. We brought him up this year as well. Greenless with one of the main players on offense and defense for Woonsocket. 1st and 10 for Woonsocket from their 37-yard line. And it looks like I formation behind Patrick Munger. Single wideouts on either side. I formation behind him. And they go for a handoff. Cumberland reads it well. No gain there. I think that was Ariel Medina on the run. Not much of a gain there. I'm going to go with no gain. Woonsocket not fooling Cumberland at all on that play.
Woonsocket ball. 2nd and 11.
Matter of fact, that actually went for a loss of 1. So it's going to be 2nd and 11. See what Coach Bebo and his staff have drawn up. Interestingly, every single member of the Woonsocket coaching staff played for Woonsocket and knows the value and how much this game means to everybody.
Yeah, they had Woonsocket. They had the trophy on the field while they were warming up, so you definitely want to keep it in their possession for another 12 months.
Absolutely. Okay, Twins to the right, single wide out to the left, under center again, I formation. Munger fakes the handoff, a little bit of an option. Here comes Cumberland's defense, and he goes down for a sack. And that was number
Ray.
And Andrew Ray.
No,
Aiden Ray.
Andrew Ray was last year, but Aiden, once again, second time we've seen him in this game really have success off that left edge for Cumberland, and Munger had nowhere to go.
If it was indeed Andrew Ray, the URI baseball coach might have something to say about that, as he's getting ready to play some ball at URI. 3rd and long for Woonsocket. They need to get to the 47-yard line. The original line of scrimmage was the 37. They are back at their 28-yard line. So we'll go with third and 19. On the muddy, wet field here at Barry Field in Woonsocket. And a little bit of little trickery there. And the pass completed to Joe Greenless. But Woonsocket, Cumberland did not fall for the trickery there of Woonsocket and a very short gain, setting up 4th and long now for Woonsocket.
Yeah, you had Medina kind of carry to the outside there, see if anybody was going to go with him, try to set up that bubble screen, but Cumberland once again did a great job sniffing that out.
Very impressive defensive series for Cumberland on a drive that started at the 37. It's all the way back to the 30-yard line. So 4th and long, Wilcox back to punt. 2 receivers standing at their own 40-yard line. Kicking into the wind is Woonsocket as they are kicking right to left. And it's a high snap and a nice snag by Wilcox. No rush. He was able to set himself and get off a beautiful punt that lands at the 35, takes a Woonsocket roll down to the 32. Picked up by Andrew Nocera. Nocera to the 40. There is a flag at the 50-yard line. He steps out of bounds at the 46-yard line. We'll see what that flag is.
Yeah, it could be a block in the back there, but good smart play there by Nocera just to go out of bounds there. As some people like to say, he's got a future to think about, and that involves baseball.
In an extra 2 yards in that situation is probably not going to make or break this game. And there's another late flag that just got thrown at the 49-yard line. And the reaction of the Woonsocket people is they're clapping. So there's 2 flags on the field. We were going to go to break, but I want to see what any idea what the second flag was?
Well, I think what has to be it could be a sideline warning, could be a personal foul, but maybe a good time to take a break here, and we'll have all the information when we come back.
Sounds good. We will be back right after this with the score 7-0. You're listening to Thanksgiving Football on WOON.
For more than 50 years, Cumberland House of Pizza has been serving freshly baked pizzas, grinders, seafood, salads, and more. All grinders are served oven hot, but if you want yours cold, just let them know. Every Friday at Cumberland House of Pizza, they have their seafood specials, including fish and chips, fried shrimp, fried scallops, Rhode Island calamari, and more. Cumberland House of Pizza, 2360 Mendon Road, just south of Cumberland High School. See their entire menu online at chopsri.com.
And we are back here at Barry Field. And we have both penalties were on Cumberland, and I think Cumberland took a timeout. So we're going to actually figure all this out. We're going to take one more break. We'll be right back with 3 minutes and 30 seconds to go. Thanksgiving football here on WOON.
The Blackstone River Federal Credit Union is a full-service community credit union featuring many products and services, including mobile banking, courtesy pay, and overdraft protection, online banking, and bill pay, plus access to 30,000 no-fee ATMs. Refinance your dealer car loan. The Blackstone River Federal Credit Union, Monument Square, Woonsocket, and 100 Old River Road in Lincoln. Courteous, prompt, helpful service.
Okay, welcome back, Barry Field. Cumberland was ready. Referee Chris Haddon was not. He must have known that we were on commercial break. Held up the broadcast for us. Both penalties against Cumberland. Cumberland will take over 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line. Hand off to Kelly. Kelly got a big hole across the 40. One man to beat. He gets brought down at the 45-yard line. Nice solo tackle there by Ariel Medina, but a big hole. And again, Martin Kelly.
Yeah, great vision there by Kelly. He saw the hole, he exploited it, and just very patient runner there, going upright and very confident of all his movement there. Another big gain there for the Cumberland running back.
Brendan, any idea what the penalties exactly were that brought Cumberland all the way back to the 20?
There was a holding penalty on Cumberland during the return, and also there was a personal foul assessed to Cumberland after the play.
Yep. So that was that had a punt return that went to the 46 that brought it all the way back to the 21. 1st and 10 for Cumberland from their own 45. They're going left to right. 2:25 to go here. There's a blitz by Woonsocket, and Martin could not escape the rush of Ben Wilcox, who kind of came in with like a corner, a safety blitz there, untouched.
Yeah. Wilcox is he's done a great job, but he can't do it alone here. That's the thing. He's had a tremendous quarter and a half so far, but we haven't called too many other players on defense other than the interception in the end zone recorded by Medina.
It's 2nd and 11. Let's hear it.
But to your point, Brendan, in fact, it looks like Wilcox is on a mission right now defensively.
Yeah, and Kelly made that spin. He almost broke that. He almost broke out of that, but a great play again by Wilcox getting into the backfield.
So 2nd down at their 44-yard line. They need to get to the Woonsocket 45. So 2nd and 11. Spencer looking to call his own number, looking for blocking, gets across his 45, and he will be brought down shy of the 50. This is going to be 3rd and 7, maybe 3rd and 6. We'll see on the spot. Looked like there may have been a player down for Woonsocket, but everybody
timeout.
is
Timeout, Woonsocket.
Okay, with a timeout for Woonsocket, we'll take a break with 1:35 to go in the second quarter. Cumberland leading 14-0. We will be back on WOON, AM and FM right after this message.
This is Robert Stewart, president of the Woonsocket Teachers Guild, wishing the Woonsocket High School Villanova football team success on the gridiron this season. Each year when the fall season rolls around, we get excited as the temperature drops, Autumn Fest draws near, pumpkin flavor everything is available, and weekly football games get our blood pumping. The educators of Woonsocket are excited for all our student athletes who work hard, sacrifice, and are proud to represent our community. Please consider coming out to watch our Villanovans play at familiar Berry Field this year. On behalf of the Woonsocket Teachers Guild, thank you for supporting our schools, and we hope to see you at the games.
And we're back here at familiar Barry Field as the Woonsocket Teachers Guild let us know as they're breaking ground on the new elementary school. My understanding is next Saturday, which is, I don't know what they're going to do with Barry Field. It becomes a storing area. But hopefully the football complex over at Cass Park will be ready for Villanova football next year. Big third down play coming up with 96 seconds to go in the half. And there's a pass caught by Nasira down to the 30. Oh, he's still up. He's down at the 27-yard line.
Aiden Ray. Nice play down the right side.
Aiden Ray, not Nasira. My apologies, but a great play by Aiden Ray. And it's going to be 1st and 10 from the Woonsocket 20-yard line.
I think Spencer was almost a little late getting that ball out. Almost picked off by Woonsocket, but Aiden Ray able to make the play and bust it down the right side.
Took a very short play that looked like it wasn't going to go for much and turned into something really big.
It looked like Woonsocket was right there, too. They were just like a couple of ticks off, but all it takes is something like that to happen and resulting in a big play. And Aiden Ray once again saw plenty of real estate as he crosses towards the 20-yard line. 1:05
to go in the half. 1st and 10 for Cumberland. The ball is snapped and bobbled and dropped. Spencer picks it up, and he's still up, and he's going right up the middle. A botched play turns into a 1st down run inside the 10-yard line. It's going to be 1st and goal for Cumberland. Wow, turning nothing into something. Evan Spencer with 45 seconds to go in the half, clock running.
Yeah, low snap, and he's just a tough kid to get down, right, when it comes down to it.
So there is a timeout on the field by Cumberland. We'll stay right here with 49 seconds to go in the half. And again, a low snap, bobbled. Spencer stays with it, picks it up, and then creates something for himself right up the middle.
Yeah, it just, the patience, the vision that he has, and also big boy too here. He's very tough to bring down, and if he gets away from Ben Wilcox, chances are he's going to have a substantial game, and that's been the case here this morning.
Yeah, Evan Spencer, listen, 6'1", 215 pounds, means you're not taking him down easily.
No, absolutely not.
So what do you see here? What do you think for Cumberland, either Pat or Brendan, with 43
seconds. 43 seconds to go. We should mention that it's been always tough to do games here at Barry Field because of the bulb issue.
Depends on the
no
light
better
bulbs.
way to say it. Hopefully the new venue will have a scoreboard where all the bulbs are working.
I think if you read it one way, it looks like there's 4 minutes and 80 seconds, which is don't know if that's possible. You're never exactly sure. We do know the score is 14-0 in favor of Cumberland. Cumberland looking to add on to that. They are in field goal range as well. But they want the touchdown. They don't want to settle for a field goal.
1st and goal?
1st and goal from just inside the 10. They cannot get a 1st down. Spencer back to pass. He looks right, has a receiver. Turns upfield and touchdown. I was blocked. Who got that? Aiden Ray?
Looks like Aiden Ray on the play again.
So a 10-yard TD pass.
Tackler looks like he slipped. Couldn't make the tackle, and Aiden Ray slipped in there for the touchdown.
20-0 right now.
Yeah, Ray just turned the corner there, and once the Woonsocket defender, he slipped to the turf. That was it here. Lots of real estate ahead, and not much to cover there, but
didn't need a lot of real estate.
Cumberland extends this lead here heading into halftime.
Zach DeRoy attempting his 3rd point after attempt. All 3 scores by Cumberland in the second quarter as we had a scoreless first quarter. Cumberland scoring 3 different ways. We'll get to that in just a moment. Zach DeRoy on to attempt the extra point with 35 seconds to go in the half. And there is a whistle. There is
A
a
flag on the play.
in the situation in the press box. The one thing I cannot see is what is where the flag went down. And any idea what happened there? Illegal procedure or the Woonsocket jump?
Maybe when Woonsocket
No
jump,
flag.
but,
He's picking the flag up.
I picked the flag up.
But we've seen a couple times here when there's been a penalty on the 2-point try, the offense will go back on the field. I think we did that when we did the St. Raphael Cumberland game.
Yeah, when they're going for the extra point, if there is a flag, they move it half the distance and they go down to 1 yard. But no flag on the play. Kicking from the 10, so in essence a 20-yard extra point attempt. Snap down, ball is up, and it is good. So Cumberland now advances their Thanksgiving lead to 21-0 for Zach DeRoy. Zach DeRoy is now 18 for 19 on the season on point after touchdowns.
Well, as we approach halftime, hope everyone stays with us. We'll talk about Thanksgiving as a whole, some teams that did not play over this holiday and the reasons behind them, and also a few other things as well. Maybe we'll get into our favorite dishes around the Thanksgiving table as well.
Oh yeah, I mean there's three of us, and judging by the three of us, and no offense, it looks like we all like to eat.
Yeah, we're not
By far my favorite holiday.
Exactly.
Yeah. If anybody says celery is their favorite Thanksgiving dish, we might have to ask for your headset or your microphone.
Yeah, exactly. Your band. Yeah. 35 seconds to go in the half. Cumberland leading 21-0. We'll see what Woonsocket has up their sleeve for the final 35 seconds, if they will attempt to put points on the board or just take a knee and run the clock out. I believe they have all their timeouts still left, though. So see what happens here on the kickoff. I think Cumberland used 2.
We took 1.
Cumberland did use
Woonsocket took 1.
Woonsocket took 1 and Cumberland used 2.
Also should note that Woonsocket, they will get the ball at the beginning of the second half.
Correct. Now here's the kick. The kick is a squib kick to the 30, picked up at the 30-yard line to the 35. Steps out of bounds maybe at the 40, and a nice little return by number 11. It's not on my roster.
Kick return.
Anybody got an 11 on
Flag on the
there?
play.
So with 30.6 seconds to go in the half, Woonsocket has the ball at the 45.
We do have a
I have
flag
number
on the play.
11
It
is
could be another
Isaac
personal foul
Supple.
there.
Okay. And who was the foul against?
I think it's against Woonsocket, and it looks like another personal foul after the ball.
I was going to say, if that's a 15-yard personal foul against Cumberland, Woonsocket's in business, but a 15-yard penalty against Woonsocket, I think they just take a knee and run out the half. Yep, personal foul against Woonsocket. I'm not sure. I didn't see anything. I don't know if you saw anything, Brendan.
I didn't see anything from up here, but the officials, they got the better eye. Maybe they also heard something as well.
I think that's a lot.
Flag being thrown.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's a lot. It's a lot of what they heard, and we've seen Chris Haddon right from the beginning. The crew is getting together, and they're not taking anything.
Yeah, both teams have 3 flags for 40 yards. Two of them being unsportsmanlike after the play is dead penalties.
Okay, trips to the left. Single wide out to the right. Munger shotgun formation. Back to pass. A little bit of a side-on pass. Caught at the 30. Hurdles. We have seen that hurdling. That is a penalty in high school football. Joe Greenlist, number 2, hurdles. You cannot hurdle a player in high school football. We saw it in the Burrillville Central game a couple of weeks ago, and just saw it here. It's like in hockey when they hit the puck over the net now and over the glass into the stands. It's an automatic delay of game. The hurdling is the one penalty I can see that I know it's a penalty. So it's a personal foul. Chris Haddon. I've heard it called hurdling in the past, which I think you can do in college, but you cannot do in high school.
Correct. So that's update there. That's four penalties for 45 yards.
And that's a 15-yard penalty.
55 yards, sorry.
Halftime will also go over any stats that we have between Pat and Brendan, and we'll discuss the significance of number 24 for Cumberland. Snodgrass is wearing that today. Snap, Munger, he's looking deep, and he's throwing to the left sideline, and goes out of bounds. Ball intended for
Isaac Supple, number 11.
Second and long.
In which one roster has our number 11, and the other one does not.
Yeah, number 11 is Isaac Supple for Woonsocket. He's a freshman, 6 feet, 160.
Okay, does have a catch on the year for 9 yards. Second and long, 15 seconds to go. Cumberland leading in the half. Cumberland leading 21-0. Woonsocket backed up to their 17-yard line. Needs to get to the 40 for a first down. Trips to the right, single to the left. Munger back to pass, and he calls his own number and is brought down across the 20. They'll probably spot it at the 23, and the clock looks like it is going to run out on Woonsocket in the first half. And it's official. So we are at halftime here on Drizzly Barry Field Rady, with Cumberland leading 21-0 in the 60th game of this Thanksgiving series. And it can also describe why I say it's the second longest Rhode Island continuous rivalry in the state. And we'll get to all that and much more at halftime. You have been listening to Thanksgiving Day football here on WOON 1240 AM, 99.5 FM, WoonsocketRadio.com. We will be back right after these messages.
State Line Service and Tire Center is a third-generation family business that believes in repairing your vehicle properly and efficiently the first time. In addition, they provide a full complement of preventive services like checking batteries, belts and hoses, exhaust, headlight restoration, emission testing, and engine light pop-ups. Their ASE certified technicians are right up to date with the latest technology. Vehicle problems are their business. State Line Service and Tire Center, 1209 Social Street, Woonsocket, 765-0146.
At North Smithfield Urgent Care and Lincoln Urgent Care, you'll always be seen by a board-certified physician who'll diagnose your minor illness or injury. Their services include treatment for flu, fractures, rashes, ITU infections, and work-related injuries, plus physicals, vaccinations, and drug screening. North Smithfield Urgent Care, Great Road, North Smithfield, and Lincoln Urgent Care, Wake Robin Road, Lincoln. X-ray and lab on premises.
And we are back here at Barry Field. We are at the half. About a 10 to 11, 12-minute halftime here for us. Cumberland leading 21-0. The story of the game so far, from Cumberland's point of view, offensively, has been Martin Kelly. What do you have for him so far, Brendan?
Well, on the ground, unofficially 49 yards rushing. He does have a rushing touchdown. Also, we should note, return a punt 50 yards to begin the second quarter. It feels like his impact is even greater so far, but he's been the standout so far from Cumberland from an offensive standpoint.
I mean, in the 50-yard punt return to 49 yards rushing, 99 total yards. It's just spread out. Cumberland with 3 touchdowns, scored 3 different ways: a punt return, a rushing touchdown, and a passing touchdown. It's you can't draw it up much better if you're Cumberland. What adjustments do you think, either one of you, for Woonsocket, are they going to have to make to answer Cumberland in the second half?
I mean, we saw them try to do a little bit of a bubble screen there. That was sniffed out completely. Medina, they haven't really gotten their ground game at all going, so it's going to have to be, can they force any turnovers like they did on the opening drive here? Remember, this game started with a long Cumberland drive. I think it was a 15-play drive, ended with an interception in the end zone by Medina. It might have to be one of those games where the defense has to turn a turnover into points.
Yeah, that was a 10-minute drive. No points for Cumberland, but ate up just about the whole first quarter. And interestingly, you mentioned the patience and getting Medina going on the ground, but you got Carrier, Guibo, and Greenlist have combined for over 60 receptions on the year for over 1,000 yards. And they also have 9 touchdowns between those 3 receivers. So, trying to get something going that way, maybe more of a spread offense. I'm not sure. But they got to come up with some answer. And Cumberland has answered Benjamin Wilcox a bit but he's been the one-man wrecking crew on defense for Woonsocket.
Sure. In Cumberland's line is doing a great job of penetrating and coming around the edges, really not giving Munger a lot of time to make a throw or make a read.
Right.
So.
And Evan Spencer has been very creative, turning broken plays into big positive yards. As we know that Spencer, who came into the game with 982 yards on the ground to go along with his 1,066 yards passing, is now officially a 1,000-yard passer and a 1,000-yard rusher. Okay, we're going to take our first halftime break. The score is 21-0. When we come back, we'll talk about the significance of number 24 for Cumberland and a few other things. You are listening to Thanksgiving Day Football here from Barry Field, the 60th Thanksgiving game. Cumberland 21, Woonsocket nothing on WoonsocketRadio.com.
The latest Buick and GMC models are available at Tasker Buick GMC in Woonsocket. Buick Encore, Envision, Enclave, and Envista are on the lot waiting for you to take one for a test drive. New GMC crossovers, SUVs, as well as trucks and vans are also available. Thinking of a pre-owned vehicle? Tasker Buick GMC has more than 900 in stock, many under $15,000. Visit online, TaskerBuickGMC.com, or stop into 55 Fortin Drive, Woonsocket. Tasker Buick GMC, you will be satisfied.
Big banks offer you everything these days. Bank from home, bank from your phone, even apply for a loan from anywhere you are. It's called Big Bank Tech, and it's pretty cool. Did you know you don't have to go to a big bank to be pretty cool? Navigant Credit Union offers their members all the Big Bank Tech without the big bank. And if you want to come into a branch to see us, we'll make you feel like you own the place, because you do. We think that's pretty cool, too. Navigant Credit Union, member NCUA.
For more than 50 years, Cumberland House of Pizza has been serving freshly baked pizzas, grinders, seafood, salads, and more. All grinders are served oven hot, but if you want yours cold, just let them know. Every Friday at Cumberland House of Pizza, they have their seafood specials, including fish and chips, fried shrimp, fried scallops, Rhode Island calamari, and more. Cumberland House of Pizza, 2360 Mendon Road, just south of Cumberland High School. See their entire menu online at chopsri.com.
And we are back live at Barry Field. We are at the half. Cumberland leading Woonsocket 21-0. An impressive second quarter for Cumberland after a scoreless first quarter. Cumberland has a rotating number that started, I think, last year or possibly last year, number 24. It's being worn today by regular number 42, Ryan Snodgrass. It is a rotating number with tremendous significance. Brendan, can you tell us the significance behind number 24?
Oh, gladly. A few years back, former Clipper player named David Benskin, he battled lymphoma, a form of cancer that affects the immune system. He missed his entire junior season on the gridiron, but made a triumphant return as a senior. Sadly, Benskin, who wore number 24 for Cumberland, passed away in 2017. He was a few months shy of graduating from high school at the time of his passing. So, devastating loss for the program and for the Cumberland community at large. Last year, head coach Josh Lima approached the Benskin family with an idea of to honor Benskin's memory, and what better way to do it than to wear his number each game, in a sense that the most deserving player who merits it, who did the most maybe during practice during the week, significance, and it's been a great way to remember a player who obviously he lost his life way too soon.
Yeah, no, and it's great. We didn't even know who was wearing number 24 until moments before kickoff. It wasn't announced. We had the PA announcer for Cumberland, Mr. Wolkowski, tell us we don't know yet, and his son's on the team. David, who's had a tremendous year as well. And hello to the Wolkowskis if you're listening in Texas, our biggest fans, we think, in the deep woods of Texas. But just a tremendous honor. I think it's a tradition that I think it's going to go on for a long time. As long as Josh Lima is still coaching Cumberland, I think it's a great tradition for Cumberland.
So I guess transitioning to some of the teams that did not play during this Thanksgiving holiday. Traditionally,
yes,
at least from my coverage area, we had a few games on Thanksgiving Eve. Last night I was at Davies, North Smithfield. Congratulations to Davies. They won the Division IV Super Bowl last weekend. But originally scheduled, we were supposed to have St. Raphael, Moses Brown, and Lincoln taking on Central Falls BVP Achievement First Co-op.
Yes.
Neither of those games took place. Kind of both for, I guess, maybe similar reasons. Moses Brown, they had some injuries and they pulled the plug at the last minute. And
about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago.
Yes.
And I was shocked to hear about Lincoln not playing last night.
Yeah, this is the second year actually that Lincoln Central Falls did not play. I guess in Lincoln's playoff loss to East Providence, they had some significant injury losses. They were already without their starting quarterback, Nickel, and then you lose Jane Rodriguez, I think, during that game, and that was going to really thin them from a talent standpoint, because originally when I had heard that St. Raphael Moses Brown was not going to play, and I kind of alerted Sean Cavanaugh, the Lincoln coach, about the possibility of that, maybe we can still salvage a Thanksgiving game between Lincoln and St. Raphael. Now, granted, this was before Lincoln's playoff game against EP, and then the injury bug really hit them hard here, to the point that it just made no sense for them to try to play one more time.
And what a shame, it's St. Ray's had put out there, whether you agree or not, with Coach Sassy for St. Ray's putting it out on social media. That's another story, but he put it out there.
Well, he put something out there on Facebook and Go Local. Somebody sent Go Local a screenshot, and they kind of ran with it a little bit, to the point that St. Raphael had to issue a public apology.
Oh, okay.
They put something on Facebook saying, hey, this does not express our views and things like that. But once Go Local caught wind of it, it almost became like a media firestorm for them to kind of put out.
Well, we're talking about it, so it's obviously
But I talked to Coach.
We covered it on our show.
Yes, and we covered it on our show as well. So you were saying?
I talked to him about it with Coach Sassy, and I said to him, does it speak to your burning desire to, you still think the Thanksgiving game is significant? There's been a lot of changes over the years. Like, this game used to be played before the Super Bowls. Now it's played after the Super Bowls. Before, sometimes you used to see players rested for this game if you had a big game still upcoming. So I guess there's no really right or wrong answer in terms of Thanksgiving. people love the pageantry, the history, significance of it. Some teams are like, it's our last game of the year. What does it truly mean?
And across the border in Massachusetts, they got their Thanksgiving spectaculars going on today, their tradition, and their Super Bowls are next week, starting Thursday, Friday, Saturday of next week, and that upsets your winter sports people, because winter sports starts on Monday, and that's the week where you get everything, everything together, everything going for the winter sports season. So pros and cons to both on that. Hendricken, the only team mentioned there that never schedules a Thanksgiving game, not buying into the pageantry, if you will, of Thanksgiving Day football. So we are at the half here at Barry Field. Cumberland enjoying a 21-0 lead over Woonsocket. When we come back, we'll have second half action for you. Woonsocket will be receiving the second half kickoff. You are listening to Thanksgiving Day football here on WOON 1240 AM, 99.5 FM, maybe on our YouTube channel, maybe on Facebook, and on WoonsocketRadio.com.
Bad accidents happen to good people. John Brian of the Brian Law Group can help if you've been injured in an accident. The Brian Law Group handles personal injury cases on a contingent fee basis. You do not pay anything unless they secure money for you through a jury award or insurance settlement. When choosing a lawyer, go with someone you know, someone local. Choose John Brian of the Brian Law Group. Call 401-597-5565, 597-5565.
This is Robert Stewart, president of the Woonsocket Teachers Guild, wishing the Woonsocket High School Villanova football team success on the gridiron this season. Each year when the fall season rolls around, we get excited as the temperature drops, Autumn Fest draws near, pumpkin flavor everything is available, and weekly football games get our blood pumping. The educators of Woonsocket are excited for all our student athletes who work hard, sacrifice, and are proud to represent our community. Please consider coming out to watch our Villanovans play at familiar Barry Field this year. On behalf of the Woonsocket Teachers Guild, thank you for supporting our schools, and we hope to see you at the games.
WOON, Woonsocket.
And welcome back to Barry Field. We were just moments away from the second half kickoff. So, Brenda, I'm pretty sure you knew this as well. The ground is about to be broken next Saturday on the new elementary school, which, as we stare at the 50-yard line, is going to be over our left shoulder. Word is, though I haven't driven by the new football field at Cass Park, I heard that they might be breaking ground on that in a week or two. Have you heard?
I haven't heard anything along those lines. I guess stay tuned for those two important construction projects coming up in the city of Woonsocket.
Next Saturday for sure, the elementary, they said, that was like written about somewhere, and then the speculation is for over at Cass Ave. But here we go, third quarter action. A couple of kicking off left to right. And there is a high end-over-end kick all the way down to about the 10-yard line. Return to the 15, to the 20, to the 25. He's going to hold the 30, the 35, spin move to the 40-yard line. And Joe Greenless with a great return all the way down. Oh, we have extracurriculars going on. And we've seen referee Chris Haddon not Okay, they let that one go.
Flags. No, it looked like he maybe just fell back over his own player.
Okay, might have been one of those soccer flops.
A lot of finger pointing going on, but I didn't see much there.
Okay. Just in the tradition and what the referees have done in the first half, of not letting any shenanigans go. Pat, quickly, do you have the penalties?
First half, Woonsocket had four penalties for 55 yards. Cumberland had 3 for 40.
And several of those were unsportsmanlike conduct after the play, things like that. So, trying to keep the game clean. 1st and 10 from the 42-yard line. Munger and Shaka fakes it, takes it himself to the 45, tries to cut back, gets almost to the 50-yard line.
A big run!
And looked like maybe Nocera on the tackle there at the 50-yard line. Good gain for Woonsocket, setting up 2nd and short as they need to get to the Cumberland 48-yard line.
Nice little fake toss to the right, cuts back to the left, gets up to about the 49. 2nd and about, 3?
2nd about 3 at the 49. Looks like they need to get to the 48 of Cumberland. In Woonsocket, I don't recall, have they spent any time in Cumberland territory offensively?
I don't believe they have so far.
No.
Munger under center, fakes again, calls his own number across the 50, ultimately brought down at the 47. I think that's going to be enough for a first down for Woonsocket.
Run.
The clock keeps running. Pat, did you see a face mask?
It looked like there was a face mask, but no flag.
No flag on that one. So possible the referees got together and said, Turkey will be ready in about 2 hours.
Keep the clock running, right?
Clock is running, 10:35 to go in the 3rd quarter. We are just underway. Woonsocket down 21-0, but driving. They got trips to the right, single wide out to the left. Munger fakes the hand on. No, hands it off to number 7, Ariel Medina. Medina's been tough to get his legs going. Every time he's gotten the ball, Cumberland has read it, and not just solo tackling, but gang tackling.
By the way, guys, that was Woonsocket's first down of the game they just picked up.
Interesting.
On the QB keepers.
So I'm sure that was something that Coach Bebo and staff discussed at halftime.
Ada Ray in on the tackle there, solo, for a loss.
So 2nd and we'll go with 13 from the 50-yard line. I won't say they're back in their own territory, but the ball will be snapped from their side of the 50-yard line. They need to get to the 37, so we'll go 2nd and 13. Man in motion. Good snap. Munger back to pass. Has some time. He's looking left, scanning the field, goes over the middle, and that ball is almost intercepted. It was intended for Greenless and fell incomplete.
Evan Spencer there, almost with the interception.
You'd like to have that one for the highlight reel,
right?
Central Connecticut, I can catch too, right?
And definitely, I would love to see that on tape there. But great read by Spencer, and it speaks to his football IQ in the sense that he might not play a ton of snaps on defense, guys, but the ability to read the play, and that goes back to the vision you have as a quarterback. You have to see the defense, and you also have to think like a defensive back too.
Ball, 3rd and 13.
So much at the high school level is, if you want to play at the next level, is your overall IQ for the sport. 3rd and 13 from the 50-yard line for Woonsocket, and too early to say four down territory?
I think 3-score game here, and it's your first drive. This is where you have to make a statement if you're Woonsocket.
So they don't have to get all 13 yards. I think illegal procedure against a Woonsocket. That's going to cost them 5 yards. So 3rd and 13 will now go to 3rd and 18. For those of you watching, so Munger start to take a couple steps back before the snap. For those of you listening, that's exactly what happened. So the rain picks up a little bit, wind picking up the wind's probably about the same as it's been all game. 3rd and 18 back at their own 45-yard line.
That's a tough flag to take on that right there, right?
Yeah, it's again, I guess the philosophy is the same. You maybe get back half the yards that you need. You need 18 as opposed to 13. So if you can get back about 10 of them right here, it's up a better 4th down situation. Trips to the right, single to the left. Munger rolls right, heavy rush coming at him. He escapes the rush, gets to the 45, and he's hit hard at the 47, dives ahead to the 50, where it's going to be 4th and 13. There's a lot of action there for a 5-yard
play
gain.
Broke down in front of him. I mean, a nice spin, was able to get something out of, made something out of nothing there.
Yeah. seen a lot of these spin moves lately this year, more so than other years past.
Kind of interesting. We haven't seen Medina at all carry the ball on this drive here. It's been a heavy dose of their quarterback Patrick Munger on the ground.
Are they using him maybe is he out there? I haven't noticed.
He was out there.
So I wonder if he's more like a decoy or if
they are going to punt.
Interesting call from the 50-yard line, punting. Wilcox back to punt. 2 receivers back at their own 30-yard line. Let's see if one of them is Martin Kelly, who has a punt return on the day. Can't see the other number. Good snap, good time. And a kind of a spiral punt with a collision at the 27. There's a flag, and I think it's got something to do with the collision back at the 27-yard line. We'll see what the exact call is. I just saw 2 guys collide, so I don't know if there was one instigated it or if it was accidental. So we'll see if they even pick it up as well. Any idea what you saw
Definitely
there?
a lot of contact there. That's all.
So a lot of collision right there, but we'll let the referees sort this one out.
It could be offsetting. I mean, if it's the
point
points
like
towards
on
Cumberland. Yeah. So whereas the ball was out of bounds about the 25-yard line, holding. Okay, I didn't see a hold.
But
Face mask. And okay, so either way, the ball is Cumberland is going to start off 1st and 10 after the penalty at their own 8-yard line. Cumberland at their own 8. 8:05 to go in the third quarter. Cumberland leading 21-0. This is the deepest Cumberland has started any drive. 1st and 10 from their own 8-yard line. They have single wide receiver to the left, one to the right. Spencer in shotgun formation where he's been for just about all the snaps, but maybe one. Handoff to Martin. Martin ahead to the 15, across the 15 to the 17-yard line. We'll see what the spot is, but that's going to be at least a 9-yard gain. Might be good enough for a first.
Yeah, once again, great north-south running there by Kelly. Just very, very smooth with all of his motions there. Very
almost
impressive.
Like deceptively fast.
They moved the chains. That's going to be a first down run for Cumberland. So 1st and 10 from the 18. They got to change the yard thing from 2 to 1. Thank you. Spencer back, very methodical. Pass completed at the 20 to the 25 to the 30. And again, that's going to be close to a first. We'll see where the spot is.
So you got Aiden Ray out there on the far side.
Actually, I think that was Andrew Nucera, number 1 with the catch.
Nucera. Good eyes.
Looking through the double pane glass window. You got some dirt marks in a crowded Barry Field press box. When they build the new Barry Field, it'd be, you can make it spacious. It's okay.
Right.
Same thing at Burrville. You can, we don't have
I was
to be
going
on a
to
rock.
say, ditto with Burrville when they have their new field.
1st and 10 again, right?
1st and 10, it was enough for a first. So 1st and 10 looks like the official spots at their own 29-yard line. This drive started at Cumberland 8. 2 plays later, this 1st and 10 from the 29. Big blitz by Wilcox. They read it. They pick up the block. Out to the 30, trying to get to the outside. And a nice play by Woonsocket.
Yeah.
Aiden Carrier was in on it. I didn't see who the other tackler was in on that play, but a very short gain and a very good read.
Yeah, Joe Greenless did a great job making Kelly kind of have to shift his motion there at the last minute.
Cumberland at the last second picked up Wilcox, so they did avoid a loss, but a short gain for Cumberland out to the 33. It's going to be 2nd and 7. They need to get to the 40. 6:10 to go in the third quarter. Cumberland playing, I won't say they're playing clock right now, but they're in no rush. They're leading 21-0 right now. Important for Woonsocket to get a stop on this set of downs. So 2nd and 7, shotgun, high snap, good recovery. It's a handoff, and out across the 40. And was that Martin again?
That was Snodgrass right there.
Snodgrass, yeah.
After the run,
Wearing number 24.
1st and 10.
1st and 10, and for Snodgrass, I don't have too many. Let's see if we got some numbers on him.
He has two carries for 2 yards on the season.
So we just increased that by a lot.
It's a 100% increase.
Yes. It's always interesting when you see a name for the first time and you got the stats in front of you, well, you know it's their first run or catch. 1st and 10 for Cumberland from the 43-yard line, going left to right, taking their time. 5:06 to go in the third quarter. And there's a handoff across the 45, almost a horse collar. Wilcox brings them down across the 50, but Cumberland's in Woonsocket territory, and another first down run for number 23, Martin Kelly.
Yeah, good pickup by you there, Kevin. Just it looked like there was going to be a horse collar there on Wilcox. Trying to do anything to your point at this point to bring down Kelly.
And Kelly, you had him unofficially for 49 yards in the first half. Probably has another 20 or so probably closing in on about 70 some odd yards here in the game. 1st and 10 for Cumberland from the Woonsocket 47, going left to right. Interesting formation here from Cumberland. And Woonsocket, maybe interesting formation for them as well. They'll take a timeout. We'll take a timeout with 4:24 to go in the third quarter. Cumberland leading 21-0, but on the move. We'll be back right after this on WOON AM and FM.
Remember when buying new insurance was easy? Not like today with all the high pressure and fast talking. Remember when you went into an insurance agency and they treated you with respect? At Hunter Insurance, you'll find the courtesy and politeness of those early days, but you'll also find the insurance coverage designed to protect you from the risks of today. Protect your life with a plan designed to fit your needs and budget from Hunter Insurance, the best insurance value in northern Rhode Island, 389 Old River Road in Manville. Call 769-9500.
And welcome back to the 60th annual Thanksgiving Day Classic. The longest in this state, Westerly and Stonington. But Stonington's in Connecticut, so we'll wipe that off. LaSalle, East Providence is the second longest, but I go with the first longest in Rhode Island. I go with this one because it's continuous. Once they started in 1964, they haven't stopped. So we'll jump ahead of some of the others. We'll go with the second.
Speaking of LaSalle and East Providence, last game for LaSalle head coach Jeff Marcone announced earlier this week that he will be stepping down after today. A great 2-decade run.
Yes.
3 state titles, and you'll be very interested to see who ends up getting that job.
Because he's going to be staying on as well as a phys ed teacher. So people may still have to report to him, whoever becomes the head coach, if they're not doing it the right way. Were you surprised by that?
A little bit, because you would think that, but also it speaks to a few other issues regarding high school sports today, but we can save that for maybe a Saturday discussion.
That'd be great. Going deep, Spencer's got a player over the middle, but broken up. He had Andrew Nacera over the middle, but broken up by
number 9.
Number 9. Was that Jordan LeLumiere?
Yes.
On the breakup.
Jordan or Jaden, one of them.
I think it was Jordan, number 9. Jaden's wearing number 6. 4:16 to go in the third quarter. Had him in single coverage, just, maybe
a little late.
Yes.
Coming out of his hand.
2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 for Cumberland. Clock stops on the incomplete. 4:16 to go in the third quarter. Cumberland leading 21-0.
Picking and choosing his spots to throw here, though. See if they go back to the air, if they try to drive it again down the middle of the field.
Because of rush by Wilcox, they pick him up on a blitz, and there's a handoff. And he brought down at the 40, kind of slipped. Is there a late flag? Yes, there is. There's a late flag just on the Cumberland side of the 50-yard line after a big pickup by Martin.
Might have been the first time that we've seen the Cumberland offensive line pick up Wilcox.
They picked him up, but there was a holding on the run, so that is going to negate those yards picked up on the run, and the ball goes back into Cumberland territory, where it's going to be 2nd and long. Cumberland needs to get to the Woonsocket 37-yard line, and now Cumberland is at their own 43-yard line.
Yep. Looks like Wilcox came off the field there with an injury. Left leg. We'll keep an update on that.
Yeah, we'll definitely keep an eye on that. We'll put Brendan on that one as he goes under the tent. Keep an eye on Wilcox. That's a big one.
We need the NFL medical tent report.
Exactly. Not quite under the tent, just to the left of it.
Just to the left of the tent. Spencer, shotgun formation. He's only been under center once on a tush push. Other than that, he's lifting the shotgun. He's looking right, kind of that soft pass. And Woonsocket read it right. Good patience by number 23, Jaden Lopez, the sophomore. Wraps up the receiver, waits for his teammates to come, and that goes for a loss for Cumberland.
Loss of 4?
Loss of 4. Back to the 40-yard line. They need to get to the 40. It's going to be 3rd and 23.
A little something going on the far side.
You see Coach
with some of the players.
Coach
there.
Lima on the field, all the way over at the 45-yard line. Now,
looks like he's looking for a flag.
He's looking for something. He's pretty far on the field too. He's not on the sideline. He's where a wideout would go if he was lined up to the far left. So Lima, I'm not quite sure. Any idea, Brendan, what he might be arguing for?
He could be looking for a hold.
No,
Usually that's
one of the Woonsocket players was all the way over on the other side of the field having some words, it looked like, maybe with the Cumberland sideline. So
exchange of recipes, Pat. Thanksgiving.
That brings up a third
nothing,
down.
no flag. The third and long.
And just for you people watching, Benjamin Wilcox just re-entered the game. So he limped off and ran back on. So Wilcox is back. So it's going to be...
Stop those feet!
I thought it was 4th down. But it looks like it's 3rd down. 3rd and long. Cumberland from their own 39. They need to get to the 37 of Woonsocket, deep in their own territory. 2:44 and counting. Cumberland leading 21-0. No one in the empty backfield. Spencer's got time to throw. Now he calls his own number, trying to turn upfield. And there's a horse collar. There it is.
He got it. Yep.
And there's another flag. I think there's going to be 2 flags on Woonsocket, a horse collar and an unsportsmanlike conduct, both happening at the 40-yard line at the Woonsocket bench, as Evan Spencer was taken down, and just an undisciplined play there by Woonsocket, because it would have set up 4th and about 23.
He was giving himself up, too.
He was giving himself up, yeah. There's the horse collar call and the unsportsmanlike conduct call. So that's going to result in an automatic first down for Cumberland.
I don't think it moves to automatic first down. Let's wait and see. Let's watch the sticks.
You're right.
there.
I sometimes jump to the NFL rules of what's an automatic, and I got to remember the high school rules. It was 3rd and extraordinarily long. It might not be enough for a first down.
But
2.
But I believe it will still be 2nd down. But guys, you had Spencer dead to right there. It's kind of an unfortunate situation because Spencer had nowhere to go there, and Woonsocket had a chance to really pen them deep there.
Yeah, it was a clear horse collar tackle.
So it's
unfortunate.
Right. They moved the ball to the 45-yard line. It's going to be 3rd down. 3rd down, but now it's going to be 3rd and 7. Maybe 8. Yeah. They need to get. They need to get to the 37-yard line. But again, I think Cumberland's in 4-down territory. Got the animated press box of the Woonsocket staff to our right. The fans that are in attendance are braving the weather, trying to make some noise for the Woonsocket defense.
Big play here for Woonsocket. About just under 2 minutes left in the quarter.
Cumberland leading 21-0, trying to extend this drive. Shotgun formation. Spencer back. He's got time. Now he's got a hole. He's going to call his own number. Gets to the 40, down to the 35-yard line, and that's going to be enough for a first down. He needed to get to the 37 and got to the 35. Big first down run, and that penalty really, really hurt Woonsocket.
Yeah, no question about that. Just a great patience shown by there, Spencer. Clearly he wanted to get the ball down the field. He waited for the Packers were starting to collapse around him. What did he do? He just took off there and showed off his athleticism.
Waited for like you said, showing his patience. 1,000-yard passer, 1,000-yard rusher has the patience, has a good IQ for the game. And you see it on display why several colleges in the area are interested in Evan Spencer.
Yeah, you don't see that often too at the high school level, where you let the pocket breaks down around you and you're able to step up and make that play.
1st and 10, Cumberland from the Woonsocket 35-yard line. Under a minute to go in the 3rd quarter. Cumberland leading 21-0. Spencer again with time. Now again, and that could be close to a horse collar. There's a flag on the field, and I think it could be a horse collar again.
It looked like it from my vantage point.
It was thrown further away from a referee Haddon, so we'll see what the call is right now as they discuss. And personal foul, face mask against Woonsocket. Okay, I don't think that was the play in front of Haddon where we thought we may have saw a horse collar. It was the other line judge that was in the back closer to midfield that threw the flag, and not the referee Haddon that threw it. He must have saw the face mask, not referee Haddon. But face mask call against Woonsocket. and that does result in a Cumberland first down, 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line.
Hey guys, remember what we talked about in our pregame about the importance of why the officials talk to the players before the game? This is the reason why, to kind of remind everyone about we're not going to tolerate any quote-unquote funny business.
Right. No, it is, and I'm glad we mentioned it because we see it all the time. The talks before the game that we never really address it. I'm glad we did today. Cumberland 1st and 10 from the Woonsocket 25, and what probably will be the last play of the third quarter. Spencer hands off to Martin. Martin trying to go up the middle, still up, and fights off several would-be tacklers. Gets down to the 20-yard line. Hard-earned 5-yard gain. And we'll see if anyone calls a timeout. No.
That's the end of the quarter.
Is that officially the end of the quarter?
Zeros on the scoreboard.
It looked like a .1. Okay, so at the end of the third quarter, Cumberland leading 21-0. When we come back, we'll have the fourth quarter for the 60th annual Thanksgiving game here on WOON. And we'll be back right after these messages.
Kitchen trends for 2024 want to make your cooking space feel more special. From textured tiles to rounded stone islands to porcelain countertops, Cumberland Kitchen and Bath Design Center can show you these and more. Visit CumberlandKitchen.com or stop in and see Kevin and his team at their showroom in the McDonald's Plaza on Mendon Road, Cumberland, right off Route 295. Turning a house into a home, your home, Cumberland Kitchen and Bath Design Center.
The Blackstone River Federal Credit Union is a full-service community credit union featuring many products and services, including mobile banking, courtesy pay, and overdraft protection, online banking, and bill pay, plus access to 30,000 no-fee ATMs. Refinance your dealer car loan. The Blackstone River Federal Credit Union, Monument Square, Woonsocket, and 100 Old River Road in Lincoln. Courteous, prompt, helpful service.
And welcome back to Barry Field. We're just moments away from fourth quarter action. Pat, you brought up something on the penalties while we're on commercial break. What did you
unofficially see here in the second half? I mean, Woonsocket already has four flags for at least 50 yards. There might be one more that I missed.
Right.
There, but just gotten a little bit scrappy.
Right.
For lack of a better term.
And I think that's the story of the third quarter. There was no scoring in the third quarter, but those flags that just kept drives alive for Cumberland.
And no bigger than the horse collar that went from a third and long.
Third and 23.
Third and 23. All of a sudden becomes third and, as I like to say, third and manageable.
And there's a handoff to Spencer as we get the fourth quarter. Not a handoff to Spencer, a direct snap to Spencer as clearly a designed run for Spencer to start the fourth quarter. And that was a second down run. That's going to be enough for a first down for Cumberland as the fourth quarter gets underway. Cumberland leading 21-0, and we are just seconds into the fourth quarter. Cumberland trying to increase their 21-0 lead is now deep in Woonsocket territory. It's going to be 1st and 10 from the 13-yard line. And now you got to figure Cumberland will play a little bit more clock management.
A little heavy dose of the running game.
Not letting those passes fall incomplete to stop the clock, staying in the middle of the field. There comes a blitz by Woonsocket. There is a flag. There is a reverse on the play. And Woonsocket reads it well. Not much of a gain as that ball went to number 1, Andrew Nacera. But we will see what the flag is. Flag was thrown pretty early, right after the snap, on the near sideline.
Great tackle by Lumiere on that right side. Well, close side for us.
Yes, on the reverse play. And anytime there is a play like that, I always assume holding on the offense. However, it's a legal procedure. I'm surprised they didn't blow the play dead. I'm always surprised by that when they have an illegal procedure that they don't just blow the play dead.
No, I think it's kind of hard to tell all these high school kids, stop in your tracks what you're doing. It's maybe a little bit easier for the pros and the college guys.
So, Pat, were there two flags? There were two penalties. There was an illegal procedure and a holding. Hold. So, obviously, Woonsocket will take the holding penalty and decline the illegal procedure because the holding is worth 10 yards as opposed to the procedure only worth 5. 11:09 to go in the game. Cumberland leading 21-0.
Cumberland's third penalty.
Cumberland needs to get all the way down to the 4-yard line for a first down. They are at the 24, so 1st and 20 for Cumberland from the 24-yard line. Again, they can get a first inside the 5-yard line. Shotgun, empty backfield, trips to the right, twins to the left. Spencer back to pass, has some time. He lost it up. He's going to the right sideline. He's got a receiver in double coverage and a late flag for pass interference. Oh, okay. Tough penalty there.
Yeah, it looked like there might have been just a little bit of contact there before the ball got there.
Throwing the double coverage, though, kind of a risky throw. Sometimes you wonder if the officials, you kind of pick it up right there at that point, but they did. Clearly the officials felt that, you know, the progress of the Cumberland intended receiver was impeded.
So that is a 15-yard penalty, not a spot foul like in the NFL, but a 15-yard penalty. So, I'm sorry, 10-yard. Well, it's going to be 1st and 8 from the 12-yard line. So did they call? So it's a spot foul, right? Okay. So the interference happened at the 12-yard line. I thought it was inside the 10, but okay. So 1st and 8 from the 12. They still need to get to the 4. One running back behind Spencer, a single wide receiver to the one to the left and to the right, but they hand off to Martin. Martin just trying to go right up the gut. And he's still up. And now he's thrown down behind the 5-yard line. Probably we'll see whether they give him forward progress. But it's going to be 2nd and short. Probably about 3 or 4 yard gain there for Tyler Martin, number 23. I'm sorry, Martin Kelly. What? Tyler Martin was that? Martin Kelly. So just a time-consuming play there. Just nothing more than that.
Right up the middle.
Right up the middle. 9:15 to go in the 4th quarter. Cumberland leading 21-0. 2nd and short for Cumberland from, say, the 6-yard line, maybe 7-yard line. You need to get to the 4, so 2nd and 3. Empty backfield for Spencer. And he's calling his own number. He's got a hole, and he is all the way down, and he's in for a touchdown. Cumberland. Cumberland now taking a 27-0 lead on the Evan Spencer. Was that a 12-yard touchdown run?
Looked like a 7-yard touchdown run.
7-yard touchdown run.
7 yards. But,
really untouched.
Heat-seeking missile there. Yep. Just, Garrett ahead of Sneed there and off left tackle and plowed his way in there, sliding in there. Good to see Spencer, final high school game of his career, get into the scoring column there with a touchdown run.
For Evan Spencer, his 13th touchdown run of the season to go along with 7 passing, 20 total touchdowns, as Zach DeRoy is on to attempt his 4th extra point of the day. Looks like it may have moved, but they got back on in time, and the kick is good. So with 8:52 to go in the 4th quarter, Cumberland increases their lead from 21-0 to 28-0. You're listening and watching high school football on WOON, AM and FM. We'll be back right after this.
If your garage door needs replacing because of wear, performance, or appearance, think of Woonsocket Door Sales, your complete overhead door facility for installation and maintenance, including framework repair and security. Woonsocket Door Sales features important information about security on their website. For attached garages, be safe with a good deadbolt lock or door monitor. And remember, detached garages often contain valuable tools and recreation equipment. Woonsocket Door Sales since 1935. 1 Biltmore Avenue, Cumberland. 767-3448.
And we're back here at Barry Field as Cumberland now looking to kick off right to left. Any trickery you think for Woonsocket on a kickoff with maybe a reverse just to throw Cumberland off to see if they can pick up some yardage that way?
I think at this point you have to try anything if you're Woonsocket. In case of emergency break glass kind of mentality.
28-0 in favor of Cumberland. Cumberland now kicking off right to left, and a line drive kick that lands at about the 35-yard line, picked up at the 30. Advances to the 35, down to the 40, to about the 42-yard line, and then everybody just kind of falls on top of each other after that. So Woonsocket, I was assuming they're going to try to take some big chances here, 1st and 10. Oh, okay.
32.
Sorry about that.
we go by the Canadian rules up here.
No, we don't. There's 11 guys out there, not 12.
To the 32-yard line, not the 42. 1st and 10 from the 32-yard line. I was pulling for Woonsocket there.
Trying to give you something.
Which is tough to say as a Cumberland grad. Living in Attleboro now. 1st and 10 for Woonsocket from their 32-yard line. Munger in shotgun formation. Looking to go right. Option play. He keeps it himself across to the 40, to the 45. across the 50-yard line into Cumberland territory, and a late flag, very late flag.
Patrick Munger!
And we'll see what
nice
the call
run.
is.
A little bit of spark.
But we'll
See
see
what
if
the
it's coming
flag
back
is.
at all. There's 2 flags on the field, both of them sitting at about the 40-yard line of
Maybe they
Woonsocket.
offset.
There was one Cumberland player, Aiden Ray, and several Woonsocket players exchanging
Josh
Thanksgiving
Lima
recipes.
way out on the field again.
Recipe for cranberry sauce and stuffing. And we'll see what referee Chris Haddon has to say on this drizzly day.
Definitely going against Cumberland.
Personal face mask against Cumberland. So Woonsocket needing a break gets a break as Munger advanced the ball into Cumberland territory down to about the 49-48 yard line. They'll pick up additional yards, and this is the deepest penetration that Woonsocket has had into Cumberland territory. First and 10 from the 34-yard line, 8:22 to go. See if Woonsocket gets a spark from the Munger run and the penalty. Shotgun formation, trips to the left, single to the right. Munger looking for the option play again. Calls his own number, cuts back inside, and is brought down about the 31-yard line. Short gain. Going to be 2nd and 8 for Woonsocket.
Just the second first down for Woonsocket in this game, and obviously first one was picked up not via penalty.
Right. Deepest penetration all day. Just the second time Woonsocket's been in Cumberland territory today as well. Going to be 2nd and 8 from the 32-yard line. Need to get to the 24-yard line. Clock continues to run.
Munger needed a little bit of work on his helmet there. A lot of grass and debris on the face mask.
The rain is the intensity has begun to pick up. Where it was mostly a drizzle, is now I would say a rain falling right now. The wind not as heavy as it was in the beginning. And there's a handoff. And then there's Medina. I think that's his first carry this half.
He had the interception there in the first quarter that ended Cumberland's first drive, but we really haven't called his number too much since then.
No. Ariel Medina, the leading rusher for Woonsocket, came into the game with 833 yards on the ground, 6 touchdowns and 300-yard games on the ground.
Picked up a few there, leaves a 3rd and 6.
3rd and 6 from the 30-yard line. You need to get to the 24, 6:51 to go in the game.
Big play for Woonsocket here.
Woonsocket very methodical, huddling up and coming out of the huddle. Cumberland's not going to argue with that.
Got to score one.
Right. Can't get them all back, so we'll see if they take a shot for the end zone. Shotgun formation, fakes the handoff, is going for the end zone, has a receiver, has Wilcox. Oh, and he drops it. Dropped it, but could have been a touchdown. He would have been inside the 5-yard line for sure. Perfectly thrown ball in between about 4 defenders.
Yeah, it was a great read by Munger. Let him just slip through Wilcox's hands.
Yeah, right in the breadbasket for Wilcox, and could have added to what was a very strong start from this game in terms of bulldozing that Cumberland offensive line.
Yeah, Wilcox on the year, 91 tackles coming into the game, 3 sacks, 3 interceptions, 8 catches for 62 yards, a couple of touchdowns as well. 4th down, obviously Woonsocket going for it here, 4-down territory. Not surprised at all. Shotgun for Munger. There was some motion on the offensive line on the left guard, and that's going to be a 5-yard penalty. And Woonsocket has hurt themselves with some penalties in this half, especially.
Pat, what do you have up to for penalties for them in the second half?
65 yards and penalties on 6 flags.
So 6 penalties. That's in just this half.
Just in the second half. Yep.
That'll have Coach Bebo questioning some things today at Thanksgiving dinner. Flags in football, walks in baseball.
Yep. Shoot yourself in the foot.
Yeah. Back to pass, Munger on 4th down, 4th and long. He's looking right, didn't have anything. Now calls his own number and is brought down. There will be a turnover on downs. No flag in the field. When we come back, Cumberland will have the ball and a 28-0 lead. You are listening to high school football on WOON AM and FM.
Sam and Tina at Ollie's Pizzeria are so grateful for all the customers who voted them gold for best pizza in ON Radio's Best of the Blackstone Valley. Ollie's Pizzeria, where quality ingredients, expert craftsmanship, and a cozy ambiance come together to redefine your pizza cravings. Order online at olliespizzeriari.com. Ollie's Pizzeria, 204 South Main Street, Woonsocket, on the corner of Front Street and South Main. Ollie's Pizzeria, one of the best of the Blackstone Valley.
And we are back as Cumberland now takes over 1st and 10 from their 35-yard line. And there's that interesting formation for Cumberland, which led to a timeout earlier this afternoon. There's a handoff, and the handoff goes to the 40-yard line. It's still pushing the line to the 45, and that ends up being a first down run. You talk about a tush, but he just carried the whole line. I did not see who got the ball there.
It was Snodgrass.
Snodgrass again.
Little inside handoff right up the middle.
Snodgrass normally number 42. We're at 24.
Yep, just got his legs going and kept pushing the pack.
Impressive run for Snodgrass out to the 47-yard line. 1st and 10 for Cumberland. Just about 5 minutes to go in the game. Cumberland leading 28-0.
1st and 10.
A punt return 50 yards from Martin Kelly to start the second quarter gave Cumberland a 7-0 lead. Martin Kelly followed that up with a 21-yard touchdown run, making it 14-0. And Aiden Ray with a 10-yard touchdown reception to make it 21-0. And we'll get the next score for you in a minute. Shotgun formation for Evan Spencer, standing at his own 41-yard line. Single wideouts on either side. Handoff to number 23, Martin Kelly. We'll see with the Snodgrass again right at the middle of the field. Nope, it was 23, Martin Kelly. And the fourth touchdown, I forgot the right. How did Cumberland get their fourth touchdown?
That was
7 yards.
It was a Spencer touchdown run,
Evan
7
Spencer.
yards on the first drive of the fourth quarter.
For his 20th touchdown of the year. And 4 for 4 on extra points is Zach DeRoy, 19 for 20 on the season. Not bad when you have a 95% success rate on point afters. It's a 34-yard field goal to his credit on the season as well. Woonsocket's kicker, Henry Lewis, has a 43-yard field goal to his credit on the season. Give the kicker some love. Comes a blitz by Woonsocket. They pick it up. Spencer calls his own number. He runs over a guy at the 45-yard line. He's down to the 40. He's to the 30. Spencer for Cumberland is in the house for a touchdown run.
Another touchdown.
34-0. How many yards did you have him for that one?
That was 47 yards there. Empty backfield for Cumberland that time, and Spencer just kept it himself, bounced to the outside, and plenty of daylight, real estate, wherever you want to call it, as he streaked down the far sideline.
Untouched into the end zone once he got past the initial line of scrimmage. And now Evan Spencer is going to have some very impressive numbers at the end of the day with his second rushing touchdown of the day to go along with a passing touchdown as well.
Yeah, as we said earlier, he's a tough kid to get down. It looked like he broke one tackle, and then once he hit the outside, he was gone.
14 touchdown runs on the season to go along now with 8 touchdown passes. Zach DeRoy on for his 5th extra point attempt. Ball down, kick is good. Just good enough. So with 3:22 to go in the fourth quarter, Cumberland extends their lead to 35-0. You're watching and listening to Thanksgiving Day football here on ON, AM, and FM.
Remember when the word service meant something? Remember when an insurance agency would bend over backwards to answer your questions? That time is now at Hunter Insurance. They know how to listen to you and understand your needs, and then explain to you your insurance options in terms you can understand. If it's time for life insurance, they can find the perfect plan to fit your budget and needs at Hunter Insurance, the best insurance value in northern Rhode Island, 389 Old River Road in Manville. Call 769-9500.
And welcome back to Barry Field. We are in a running clock situation. 2:35 to go with the clock running here at Barry Field. Cumberland leading 35-0. an impressive performance for Cumberland from start to finish, looking to avenge last year's Thanksgiving Day loss at home, where Woonsocket won 22-15, 2:18 to go in the fourth quarter. And there's a high end-over-end kick all the way down to the 15-yard line. Now it's out to the 20, to the 30-yard line, and brought down at the 32. And we'll come back for the final 2 minutes of the game. We'll be back with the final 2 minutes with Cumberland leading 35-0 on ON, AM, and FM.
Automobile construction and design continues to change, so it's important that auto body shops remain current and certified in aluminum repair and able to reproduce the entire color spectrum. Michaud's Auto Body is a certified Class A auto shop staying current with the new technology. The use of aluminum in construction has made vehicles lighter, and many of the new metallic paints require the tri-coat process, 3 layers to get the perfect match. Michaud's Auto Body, a second-generation family business, 430 Privilege Street, Woonsocket, 769-1983.
And welcome back to Barry Field, as Cumberland will now look to go 37-16-4 on their Thanksgiving Day series, avenging last year's loss with just over a minute to go in the game.
Looks like Coach Lima might be getting some underclassmen in the game.
Yeah, I would think so.
Some clean uniforms out there on the defensive side.
But you don't always see on the turf fields. The direct snap to Benjamin Wilcox there looked like, I don't think that was Munger.
Nope.
But there's under a minute to go in the game. I'd like to thank Dave Tebow on camera, Joe Callahan, who assisted in the setup of all of our equipment today, Dave Richards for producing the broadcast. I'd like to thank Brendan McGear and Pat Holland joining me up in the booth. I'm Kevin Callahan. Thank you so much. This has been a great time, been a great season. 14-game ON high school football schedule, all 14 games. Even the weather today wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. And I
actually thought we were going to have a monsoon.
Yeah, I really did.
And our vision was going to be impacted. So, but you know what? Also, credit to the players for getting through this log season, and the coaches. They start in July, passing leagues.
Yes.
Under 90-degree weather. But credit to everyone who got through this season playing football.
And I think another direct snap. I think Wilcox again. There's a late flag. We'll see if that stops the clock. It does not stop the clock. So the clock has ended. The game is over. Can the game end on a flag, Brendan? Or will they just pick it up? I
think you just have to pick it up because you look at the score.
Right. Okay. And they did. They just held the flag up in the air. So we have a file. Brendan, do you have any last thoughts before you head down to the field?
Well, I guess just for Cumberland, they circled this game. They still realize, even though they lost to Henrican in the playoffs, they had a lot to play for, and that was to bring back the cup back to this game as. We see a little bit of a fracas break out here.
Yeah, this is some shenanigans. I'm sure it's between Woonsocket and Cumberland. There's people on the field, coaches, trying to separate them. We'll see if there is a handshake line. We'll stay right here as we describe this. But it looks like the coaches are involved.
No dignity on that win. Cumberland 35, Woonsocket 0.
So not 100% sure what happened there, but Cumberland again. Wins the Thanksgiving Classic 35-0 here on what could be the final game. You never know with construction costs and things like that and how things go. But in all theory, the last game here at Barry Field, they played their very first game here back in 1933 on Thanksgiving against Mount St. Charles. So it's been about a 90-year run for Woonsocket as they started with Mount. Played Burrillville. 1 year they played Shea in the 50s and have now completed Cumberland since 1964. And no handshake line at the end, probably wiser.
Two players shook hands, which is good to see.
Okay,
Sarah from Cumberland and Wilcox from Woonsocket. So
and
you never like to see this, but rivalry game, right. Sometimes it gets the best of both teams.
And you bring up Nocera and Wilcox, two leaders for the team. Wilcox a senior, Nocera also a senior as well, and the cup is now being given to Cumberland. So both teams have won on the other team's turf in the last 2 years. Cumberland winners of the last 3 out of 5. So Pat, your thoughts here? It's the first time up in the booth with us doing some high school football.
I appreciate you having me. It was fun. It was a game of what we figured it was going to be, a run first, heavy run, especially with the weather, under the weather conditions, and ultimately I think Cumberland is a D1 team. I think used to playing against D1, bigger, faster teams. Woonsocket they just didn't have enough today on the offensive side.
Yeah, no, you're right. It's the competition that Cumberland did schedule for themselves early in the year, playing Salem, New Hampshire, Reading Memorial. Obviously, they got Hendricken twice, once on purpose, once by coincidence in the playoffs, advancing to the Final Four, understanding the RPI. In the scheduling and the opponent scheduling to get into the Final Four on the season. So Cumberland with the win improves to 5-5. Woonsocket with the loss drops to 5-6. So we want to thank you once again for joining us here on WOON AM and FM. It's been a tremendous high school season. Loved every minute of it. Covering North Smithfield, Lincoln, Burrillville, Cumberland, and Woonsocket. It's been a blast. It's my third year doing it, and just having a lot of fun with it as well. Also, Saturday mornings, I'll give it a shout out. Pat and I are hosting the Cheap Seats with Pat and Kevin every Saturday morning on WOON and WoonsocketRadio.com from 9 to 10. So I'm sure we'll be wrapping up this game as well as getting into other topics that you are interested in and want to call in about. So thank you once again for Dave Tebow on camera, Joe Callahan, who assisted with the development of everything, Dave Richards, who produced the broadcast, for Brenda McGeer, for Pat Holland. We wish you all a very happy Thanksgiving and enjoy this great holiday season. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone, and have a great night.